Visicon's inventory capabilities provides a powerful dynamic inventory reporting capability on any of the selected components. It also provides highly customizable inventory and quantity reports. To demonstrate this capability, we'll start with an eTabs model. So here we're looking at a native E2K file. To launch it in Visicon, I just double-click. Once the model is loaded in Visicon, I see that I have loads and my structural components. My objective is to demonstrate how I can do a quantity takeoff or just run an inventory report on this model. We're going to start out and turn off our loads. So I go to Visibility, turn off the loads, and we're going to just have our clean structural components. If we go to the Inventory tab, that's the dynamic component. So if I select any object, for example this slab, you will see that we give data on 12 relevant cost drivers. Count, surface area, so that would be the total surface area of the 3D object. Surface area vertical, so that would be relevant, for example, for wall if you're trying to determine vertical painting surface, or the formwork area. Section area, so that's the horizontal section area, so that would be like the floor plan of the slab, so that would give you the, let's say, surface area, so this would be 3,645 square feet. Section area vertical, so that cuts through vertically. Height, so that would be, for example, here the column and the wall would have their heights. Member lengths would apply to things like beams and other linear elements. Horizontal length is calculated for objects like walls and other things, so this would be the actual length of the wall. Perimeter is clear. Thickness, volume, and weight are then also calculated. So all of these are dynamically presented as far as the inventory numbers, and I can grab any single component or grab any number of components, and it updates all of this information for me dynamically. So that's the dynamic inventory feature. However, the more powerful portion is the actual reporting capability that we've developed. So we're going to go to our Reports tab. We're going to go under New, Inventory Report. So it opens up the project browser. So it's created our first report, so we're going to just call this Overall Inventory. What this allows you to do now, it gives you several properties. So let's go take a look at those. So it says the source, either the entire model, visible model. In our case, we're going to do visible model because we turned off the loads. Selection or filter. We'll do the visible model. Then we can define any number of properties that the report can be grouped by. In this case, the default will be by level, category, and then type. Plus, we can then display any variables that are in the model and have that reported in the Excel spreadsheet as well. We're going to run this report. When we look at the report, we see that it's been grouped by level, category, type, and it gives us the name for certain components that apply. And they've all been grouped. So if we just open up one of these levels, so let's say this is level 7, what we can see is for level 7, we have 26 columns. These are all the individual cost drivers. So if we go to the top, we see surface area, vertical surface, volume, weight, for example. And this clearly tells me for each level broken down by the categories that I have exactly what's in my model. Now let's assume we don't want the data presented in this way, but we want it in a different way. We don't care about individual components or what level they're associated to. So what we want to do is just organize and do a quantity takeoff, let's say just by material type. If I look here, I can see that these are all the different material types that have been assigned in my model. What I will do now is go to select any of these components, go to the object browser. I'm going to select core material. I'm going to select the property, right click, copy the variable. Core material has all of these additional properties. I select the name. I go back to my Reports tab. We'll create a new inventory report. So this is quantity by material. Source will still be the visible model. This time we don't care about grouping by level. We're going to delete that and insert the new variable, core material. We might still want to see it by category, but we don't need the extra classification by type. We also don't care about the individual name. So this is going to be a very simplified report, and we just simply run it. This time we see our report. It's now only given us 4 categories, which are our broad concrete categories. If I open one of these, for example for C6, which is one of my material types, I can now see exactly, let's identify the walls. For example, here I can see my general framing. Let's drill down into walls. I have 330 walls that are of this material. This is all the summary information, and then I can go in and see all of the details of the walls as well.